Hi, this is Surya from UCS. So, on the flow of a Salesforce admin, we have covered the bunch of concepts previously. So, in the previous session, we have discussed about the object. Okay. So, what is the object? We have seen with pictorially. I have shown to you what is the object, what all types of objects we are having inside the Salesforce, and I also explained you what is the standard objects. If you wanted to check the standard object, how you can check, I also shown to you. If you wanted to create the custom object, what are the different navigation steps you need to follow to create the custom object, also I have shown to you. Okay, so now in terms of the fields, so they are the, we will use the fields under the object. So let us have a session on the fields. Okay, so let us dive into the fields topic. So let me start with the introduction of the fields. Okay, a field is a column in the Salesforce object that stores the specific piece of data for each record. As of now, keep the record aside, we will discuss it later. Okay, so now if you observe, this particular field is the column. Okay, you can simply call it as a heading. Okay, or else if you are considering as a what kind of, for example, let me open the Salesforce paint for for explaining you better understanding purpose. Okay, so let us use the this particular thing. Okay, so you will understand more clearly here. I will explain you one more point here. For example, let us have the selection. Okay, let me use entirely. Okay, up to here. Drag this a bit down. Okay, so now it is okay. Okay, so now let me add the fields here. Okay, let us decrease the size of the particular context. Okay, it's very small. I'm getting. Let us increase to 14. It's fine. Now let us give with the field 1. Okay, let us copy. Okay, now let me add the okay field number 2, and the third field. Okay, third field, let me drag up. Okay, okay, and the fourth field, drag up and center. Okay, and the next field will be fifth field. Okay, fifth field, just be here for 2 minutes. I will open within 1 minute. Don't. Okay, so just to 1 minute is enough for me. Okay, so we got this particular requirement, and now I will draw this use case here. This is the field 1, and this is the field 2. Okay, and this is the field 3, and what is the field 4? This is the field 4, and this is the field 5. So now if you observe very clearly, I have segmented this particular options. Okay, so if you observe this particular field number 1, that is the serial number 1. Okay, so this entirely, this particular values we are storing on the serial number 1. Okay, and the serial number, the field 2, that is the name field. So under the name we are storing all these values, okay. And the field number 3, that is date, so we are storing all these values under the date type, okay. So the fourth field, that is the occupation, we are storing all the fields under this particular, all the values under this particular field, occupation field. It is okay, right? So after that we are having the field 5, okay. So field 5 name is the location field. So on the location field, what you are storing, the field location wise uh, data you are storing on the location field, okay. So like that you are storing all the details under the particular fields, okay. So let us, we are speaking about the say, particularly we are speaking in terms of what kind of fields we are going to discuss. So they are with in such kind of option we are going to speak in entirely on this on this session, okay. So if you observe the particular use case, so it will provide you an option to go forwardly to use the particular option. For example, if you wanted to go for the date field, okay, so directly if you open the date field, automatically you will find out the such kind of option, like what is the particular field is working inside that, like what kind of data it is storing inside that. So you can directly, by seeing the date itself, you can understand the, okay, this particular date will store the date related values on the date field, okay. If you wanted to store the occupation related fields, so for that reason we just created the occupation field, okay. So we have the standard objects inside the Salesforce. Similarly we also have the standard fields inside the Salesforce, okay. And I have shown to you how you can create the custom tab, and similarly I have also shown to you how you can create the custom object, and similarly I will also show you in this particular session about how you can create the custom field, okay. So each and every concept which I am explaining now, they will comes under the comes on the data storing purpose. We are going to use this particular topics, okay. So initially you will get some newly you will see this particular options, that is the main reason I can understand. So but thoroughly if you are working on the organization, as I am completing the topics daily, right, so automatically you need to open the organization, and you also need to practically work on the Salesforce organization, how you can create the application, how you can create the tab, how you can create the objects, how you can create the fields, each and everything which I am going to cover daily. You also simultaneously need to follow the same steps, and you also need to work simultaneously with behalf of me, okay. So automatically you will also get the concept very high in a very quickly you will grab, okay. If you skip directly skip the topics directly and you wanted to practice once in a week, so if you are trying in that way, you will definitely forget the concepts, okay. Because as this is the foundation to the entire Salesforce, if you wanted to go for any role or any designation inside the any organization on Salesforce platform, so Salesforce will give you an option, that is this particular Salesforce admin is the acting as a foundation, okay. So without the foundation will you able to build the house construction, so it will not, right. So like it will not, if you are building the house on without the foundation, it will not stay for a long years, right. So like that you will also have to follow some statistic, okay. So where you wanted to have wanted to build any kind of strong building, you also need a strong foundation. Similarly, how you are following in the house construction a strong foundation in terms of foundations there, so similarly you also need to make your foundation very strong. Okay, so this Salesforce admin is the foundation course on the entire Salesforce ecosystem. Okay, so if you are strong in this particular Salesforce admin, then you can play with the Salesforce ecosystem. So how, why I am saying like that means, so if you learn, if you are master in the Salesforce administration, so then you will very quickly you can learn anything, okay, in entire Salesforce. If you wanted to learn sales cloud, yes, you can easily learn. If you learn the sales service cloud, yes, you can easily learn. If you wanted to learn any CPQ, you can easily learn. If you wanted to learn the billing, you can also easily learn. Like that, all the particular topics, if you wanted to learn, so all of them you can easily learn, because your foundation has been very strong. Okay, so they are the topics, they are the courses will also have their unique identity or else unique functionality. But if you, without the foundation of Salesforce, you will not able to go forwardly to learn such kind of concepts. Okay, so this is the foundation you need to acquire the as much as possible. You need to practice in your organization. Okay, so I'm just repeating this particular point, because if you are not following my words on the practicing, so obviously you can also compare by yourself itself. Okay, so you can directly learn all the topics, and by the 1 week to 10 days, if you wanted to revise the topic, automatically you will feel like you forgot something on in the mid of the particular topic. Okay, so like that you will directly fail. So that is the Salesforce. So if you are practicing while learning the topic, you will definitely remember for a long time. Okay, so now inside the this particular session, so we are going to discuss mainly about the fields. Now you got that right. So whatever the headings you have been selected, like serial number and a name and a date and occupation and a location, so all these are the headings. So we have just named them as the headings on table, but we are we are calling them as fields. Okay, the field 1 is serial number, field 2 is name, field 3 is date, field 4 is occupation, field 5 is location. Okay, hope you are getting the requirement right. Now let us go back to the notes. Okay, so here the particularly you got the requirement, like field is a column in the Salesforce object that stores the specific piece of data for each record. Okay, so there if you observe, it is saying that in the paint, if you observe, it is storing the value under the field on a piece of record. For example, if you are taking the records, so record 1, the first record will be this entirely. Okay, the 1, Surya, date of birth, company, also software employee and Bangalore. So this is the values you will find out entirely on the record number 1. Okay, so on if you are speaking about the record number 1, so all these 5 values will comes under the picture. But you are able to store all these 5 piece of values on one field? No. So what is your what is the value you are filling on the field number 1? A piece of value on the record level you are storing on the field number 1. Okay, so like that, how, what is the process you are following here? So similarly the definition also explaining the same. Okay, so it is the column in the Salesforce object. So object means table. Okay, so that stores a specific piece of data. Okay, you can call it data or the value, whatever. Okay, you can call it as a data for each record. Okay, a piece of data. Okay, let us highlight this, a piece of data. Okay, so we are storing the piece of data of each record. Okay, on where? On field. Okay, so that is about the field. And let us go forward a bit down. So here we got an understanding in terms of the object. So what is the object we are used to call? The table. Okay, we are calling the object as table. that table we are using on the database or any kind of thing. So we will replace the name of table with the object in inside the Salesforce. Hope it is clear. The second one is record. Okay, so what is the record? So how many rows are there on the Salesforce? So all the on the table. Okay, how many rows are there on the table? 3 rows are there. So that means that indicates 3 records. Okay, I will explain about the records later. Let us go and focus on the fields. So what is the field here on the columns? Column wise means vertically. Okay, means top to down. Okay, top to down. So you can also observe from the this particular image. So here vertically means from top to down. Okay, so this is the vertical. Horizontal means records. Okay, horizontal. So like that, if you wanted to store any kind of the such kind of functionalities, so there you will find out the such kind of things. Okay, and here if you are observing the particular points, so field 1 is the serial number 1, field 2 is the name, field number 3 is the third field is the date, fourth field is the occupation, fifth field is the location. You are clear with the fields, right? I'm assuming that you understood the object and you also understood the fields. Okay, let us, I'm just hoping that, and I'm going forward on to the notes. Okay, so there on the example object is the account, for example. Okay, the standard object will be account. Now the fields which we are going to store under the account will be account name, industry, annual revenue. For example, in our custom object. Okay, what is our custom object here? Friends. Okay, the object name is friends. Under the friends, what are the field values you are having? Serial number 1, serial number, name, date, occupation, location. These are the 5 fields you are storing under the friends object. Okay, so you are clear, right? So let us move back to the notes. Now similarly, how we are storing on the custom object under the friends object, similarly you will also store the fields under the standard object also. Okay, so this is the account is a standard object. You will find out the fields are account name, industry, annual revenue. Okay, so this is the custom standard fields, and that they are the custom fields. And don't worry, I'll also show you practically inside the Salesforce organization where to look the standard fields. If you wanted to create the standard under the standard object, if you wanted to create any custom field, how to create, if you wanted to create the custom field on the custom object, how to create, each and everything I will explain in this particular session. Okay, I just wanted to showcase all the 100% of the topic I need to cover on the particular concept. If I am giving 100% of information on the particular topic wise, so that is my job. So after that you need to learn each and everything which I am explaining on the particular session. There you need to practice manually. So if you are practicing, obviously this is not a rocket science, obviously you will understand. Okay, so in the starting days you will definitely feel some new to the Salesforce environment. I can understand your situation. Okay, but mark my words, this is not that much hard if you are practicing daily. Okay, and here if you are taking that particular example under the fields, as you have been getting that particular point. Okay, so now let us also observe the architecture level on the field. Okay, so the field level architecture. So here the each field has API name, label, data type, length or precision, or and field level security. We can call field level security simply FLS. Okay, and you will also find out the page layout assignment. So these are the fields. Each field will have or will consist of this particular options. Okay, for example, as we are creating one particular field, there you will find out the API name for the particular field. Okay, under that you will also find out the field name. That field name is nothing but label. Okay, under that you will find out the data type. As of now I'll not explain more on the data type because we will discuss about the data types in the coming sessions. Okay, so as of now I will explain you about the data type means. So that indicates what kind of field, like what kind of value you wanted to store under the field name. Okay, for example, if I'm taking the serial number, so there what kind of values you are storing under the serial number? Numbers, right? They are not the alphabets, right? Or there is not a combination of the alphanumeric. We are only providing the numbers. We are only storing the values, number values on the serial number. Okay, and we are also storing only the letters or words under the name, right? That is a, we can call it as a text. Okay, so like that there are different types of data types are there. So how many different types of data types are there, each and everything I will explain you on the particular data types on the coming sessions. Okay, as of now just have a look on the field level architecture. This particular field, if you have been created, for example, name is the field, custom field you have been created, so there you will find out all these fields. Okay, so all these options you will find out. So how you are getting all these options also I will explain practically. Once we are going to create the field, there you will find out that particular options. Okay, and under the under this particular option, API name rules will be, whenever you are creating a custom field, obviously you will get an postfix as underscore underscore c. What is postfix? What is prefix? Prefix is nothing but, if you are having, for example, let me open this here. Okay, let's click tab. Okay, so here capital SB or else BLNG. Okay, so I have given this one. Okay, and or else let us take it. Okay, so I wanted to assign the value underscore underscore, two underscores I have taken. Okay, now I will give the name underscore underscore, now again underscore underscore c. So now if you observe here, what is the prefix here? BLNG, because we are having the pre, means before. Okay, that is the word, as the name is the field value. Okay, or else we can call it as directly field. Okay, what is the field here? Name. So on for the field name, before to that you will find out the prefix, means whatever you are finding before to the name you will call it as a prefix. So what is the after the field name? That we can call it as postfix. Okay, so you will find out the postfix as underscore underscore c for the custom object, for the custom field. Okay, for the both custom field and custom object you will find out the underscore underscore c. Okay, so that is a mandatory point you need to remember for the lifetime, because you will also get the this differentiations by seeing this particular postfix only. Okay, for the standard objects you will not find out the underscore underscore c. Okay, so let me showcase to you, is there any object is having, let us go with the object manager here. Let me open the object manager and let us go with the account. Okay, so account is the standard object. Okay, so if I go to the fields and relationship, so I have told you, right? So to open the standard object, what is the process? So from the setup, where you will find the setup, on the any application you will find out the gear icon on the top right side. Okay, so this is the gear icon, so you will click on this particular button. Once you have been clicking on that, automatically you will get the option to go forwardly on the setup. Once you have been go to the setup, there you will find out the object manager. So from this object manager you will find out the all standard objects. Okay, so this is the process for opening the standard object. So if you wanted to open the standard field, okay, what are all are the standard fields if you wanted to go, so you will not get all the fields mandatorily. So for that you will have the standard objects. Inside each and every object it will have different collection of standard fields. Okay, for example, first object is account. Okay, so here I wanted to open the account because this is the standard object. Okay, so here if you are finding any underscore c on the account, no, right? So let us go for the friends we have created, right? Now here friends, for the friends you will find out the API name as friend__c because this is the custom object. Okay, so if you wanted to search in the all the list means you can directly go for the F. Okay, so here you can observe above all are standard objects. Okay, up to finance transactions. Okay, so all the above all are standard objects. That is the reason no object API name has the underscore c, but here we have created the friend, that is the custom object. In previous session I have created the custom object. Okay, so for that custom object I am able to see friend__c on the API name. Okay, so as this is the starting classes, definitely you will definitely get confused like by seeing all the different objects or all the different fields. Okay, so just ignore all the different topics which I am going to explaining you. So try to see that particular point only. Okay, then you can understand very clearly. Don't worry, I will explain whatever the options are going to be used on the Salesforce administration. I will explain you each and every topic. Then automatically the last when you are going to complete the topic, then you will automatically what kind of fear you are having now, you will definitely will not have that fear on the coming days. Mark my words. So point number one here is you need to don't miss my classes. Each and every class you need to see. And second point here is you need to practice daily. Then obviously you will not get the fear to see this particular topics. So obviously I can understand there are a lot of options here. As by keeping you like freshers mind, I can read the freshers mind, you will feel a bunch of options here. Okay, so here for the friend object it is the custom object. That is the reason we are getting after the friend as the postfix is underscore c. Okay, so that underscore c I have not attached that, so by defaultly system will assign that, indicates that that is the custom object. Okay, and rest all are did not have any underscore c, that means they all are standard objects. Okay, so now on the friend object you will find out the description, that is to store the friend's personal details on Surya UCS application. Okay, so what is the date of creation? This particular object we have created, right? When you have created 4th of February 2026. Okay, so is this particular object is been in the deployed or not? So is this deployed or not? Okay, so for that you will not find out the particular option deployed or not for the standard object because all the standard objects are already deployed. That is the reason you are able to see. So what is the deployed means? So deployed means what you have been created you are going to insert into the Salesforce. So all the standard objects are already inserted. That is the reason we are not deploying. So now whatever you are going to create, so they will need to deploy into the Salesforce. Okay, so now if you are seeing the tick mark that indicates this particular object is already deployed into the Salesforce. Okay, so that is the reason you are able to see the friend object on the tab. Okay, and let us go to the topic now. So where we are in to show or to see the standard fields. Okay, so as we have seen the what is the difference between the standard object and custom object, similarly you will also find out the standard field and custom field. Okay, so now I wanted to show you what all are the standard fields you are having. So to open or to see the standard fields, what is the process? So the process is quite simple. So under the any standard object, for example, let us take the account as the standard object. Now let me open the account. Okay, once you have been opened the account, you will get the account related details. For example, if there is any description, you will find out the description and the account API name and singular label, plural label, and is there any other options you are having, you will obviously get highlighted over here. And this particular process you will only find out only on the account object wise. So now on below to the details of account, you will find out the fields and relationships. Let me click on the particular option. Okay, so now you will see the field label. Okay, so all these are the field label and field names. So you will find out all these are this particular point. Like field label will be account name, okay, account number, account owner, account site, account source, active, annual revenue, billing address, clean status, created by, customer priority. Like that you have the bunch of particular fields only under the account object. Okay, so only under the account object you will able to see the around 40 items, means 40 fields you can able to see under the account standard object. Okay, you got it right. So similarly you will also have to create, you can also get a chance to create the some custom field under the standard object. Okay, system will provide you. And the second use case is you can also create the custom field under the custom object. The two options is providing. So I will also show you both the use cases. Okay, you got it right, how the particular fields you can see. So you can able to see, right? So this is the field name, the field label, and the data type you've been assigning over here. So you will find out the different data types here. So I will discuss you about the data types later. Okay, so as of now you have seen that fields, right? Account name, account number. So this is the main point as of now. Don't look for other topics as of now. I will discuss everything from this particular point. Okay, so I have shown you practically how you need to open the standard fields inside the standard object. Okay, so standard fields we have seen just now. Okay, and here the naming rules. So the first custom fields will end with the underscore c. Okay, and the relationship fields will end with the underscore r. Okay, we usually use on if you wanted to play with the relationship fields. Okay, I will explain you on furtherly where what is this particular such kind of things where you will use the particular underscore r. Okay, and if you are going it down, let me remove this particular point. Okay, I just wanted to showcase you what is the prefix and suffix. And on below to that you are having the standard fields. Okay, available on the most standard and custom object. Okay, if you see the field name, that is id. Okay, so id means it will consist of unique 15 to 18 characters record id. Okay, you will find out. Okay, you will find out 15 to 18 characters. So that particular id also will have the different functionality. Okay, So for that, let me open any one of the particular option to showcase what is the ID which I am able to speaking about the use case. Okay. So if you wanted to go such kind of functionalities on the particular point of view, if you wanted to try and trace any kind of thing, so there you will get the multiple fields. So if you are going inside the particular option, there you will find out the different kind of options here. Each and every field will have their different use case here. Okay. So each and every functionality you will find out the different use cases. So I will also explain you how you will get the ID as in terms of the using some kind of functionalities. For example, if you are going for the respective functionalities, so there in terms of in terms of using any kind of data loader, or else in terms of a Salesforce inspector, you can have the particular option to track the ID. Okay. So as of now you don't know about the this particular Salesforce inspector. That is the reason I'm not able to showcase to you what is this uh, particular option. Okay. So there you will find out the ID. Okay. So once time comes, then I will also explain you what about the data loader and Salesforce inspector. Just ignore them. Try to keep that particular topic aside. So we are on the field topic, right? So I have shown you what is the standard fields. Okay, up to that point also it is okay. Now we got the field names are ID, name, owner ID, created date, created by ID, last modified date, last modified by ID, system mod, stamp. Okay. So all these are the field names. If you are having the different descriptions also, you have the field to field, we have the description also. Okay. So the ID means you will find out the unique 15 to 18 characters. Okay. The name is the record name you will have. And in terms of the owner ID, so the user or queue owner you will find, so that the particular user will be assigned on the owner ID and created by. So those who have created the particular record, they will store under the their name will store under the created date, when the particular the particular time stamp they have been created this particular record. So like that, each and every field will have the different functionalities. Okay. On going forward, there you will understand very clearly. So as this is the first session, that is the reason on the first topic we are discussing on the fields. So first time, right? So you will obviously get confusion. That is the reason I will only focus on the only the field concept. So the following days or following sessions, I will also explain more thing on the particular thing. Okay. Particular topics, and cannot be deleted or modified on this particular standard fields. Okay. If you are having the standard fields, you will not get a chance to delete this particular standard fields. Okay. So this is the about the particular fields, and we have seen the standard fields. I also shown to you how you can open the standard fields practically on the any object. Okay. I just shown you under the account, that is the one of the standard object. Okay. So under the standard object, how you can see the standard fields, I have shown to you, right? So now we need to speak about the custom fields. So you are good with the standard fields, you got some ideology over there. Now looking forward on working on the custom fields, this particular option, whenever you are working on the custom fields, so that means whatever the standard fields you are using that is not matching with your requirement, so based on the your requirement you need to create a new field. Okay. So there you will go for the new custom field. Okay. So that particular custom field is created by admins or developers inside the Salesforce organization. So that particular custom field always ends with the underscore C. Okay. It can be deleted because this particular field is a custom field that indicates it is created by admin or developer. That means they can also have the right to delete, right? So you will also find out the counted against the organization limits. Okay, for example, contract start date. Okay, so like that you will find out the name of the field is entirely, if you are having the particular field value is start date, if you are indicating this particular kind of thing opposed to the name of the field, you will find out the underscore c, that indicates this is the custom field. Okay, so field data type core types. So as of now, I let us have a look like what are the some standard or some default data types as of now. Okay, so the following coming sessions I will also explain more on the data types. Okay, or else let us skip this particular data type topic. Okay, as of now. So here if you wanted to see just outlook, okay, so just have a look like what kind of a field if you wanted to create. So based on that you also need to mention that that particular field is should be store only the specific type of values, okay, that indicated by the data type. Okay, so this particular topics I will explain in the coming sessions. Okay, and okay, so now if you are going to the relationship fields, so as mainly you will have the multiple relationships inside the Salesforce. I will not touch on the particular use case. If you wanted to see the only two different types of or three different types of fields, so let me explain those things. So okay, you will get some ideology. Okay, what is the data type? So here boolean is the one type of the data type. Okay, so this particular boolean field, if you are creating based on this particular data type, so actually what is the data type, if you have been getting an ideology then it is okay. If you are not, you will also get, anyhow you will get an explanation on the data types in the coming sessions. Okay, so I will explain briefly. For example, any heading is there, for example serial number or name or anything. Okay, so there you are just simply seeing the serial number, only the numbers are going to be assigned under the serial numbers. As we are the humans, we know about the what is the serial number, what is the name, what is the date, or what is the occupation, like that each and every field we know. That is the reason based on the particular naming convention we are directly assigning. So under the name we are writing the name, under the serial number we are writing the numbers, under the date we are writing the date, right? But what about the system? Salesforce or system will, we don't know that. They did not have the they have did not educated, so they don't have the some common sense. So under which field they need to assign the particular type. Okay, so that is the main problem. So there we are involving the data type. Okay, so the data type that will plays a major role on which type of field you wanted to store which type of data. For example, on the serial number we used to create the field serial number field with the number data type. Okay, so then it will only take the number wise values under the serial number. Okay, if you are assigning the text is the data type, if you are assigning on the name field, automatically it will only store the text related data or values inside the name field. Okay, you got it right. So similarly data type will indicate or it will guide that what kind of or what type of value should the system need to store under that particular field. Okay, that will guide that. And this particular boolean field, so this is the one of the data type we have. So if you wanted to use true or false, for example, you have the either you need to go for the option 1 or option 2. Okay, only two options you have. Like in terms of you are having the switch to on the to on the light or fan, you have the option, only one option. You can directly click on the either up or either down. Okay, so if you click on down, the automatic that indicates it will pass the current automatically, the fan will rotate, or the light will blow, right? So similarly, if you wanted to turn off, you have the only one option, that you need to be click on the particular switch, automatically it will off. So like that, only on and off, only two options. So like that, either true or false, two options. Okay, either 0 or 1, two options. Like that, if you wanted to have the only two options, so there we will use this particular boolean data type. Okay, and the next one will be the communication fields. So I will explain you about the communication fields later, like this particular type. There it will involve the email, phone, URL. Okay, so there we will have the explanation. This is the pick list field. This is the most important field you will find out here. So what about this particular pick list field? So entirely wherever you are working on, which kind of cloud, which kind of domain you are working on, automatically once what kind of role you are assigned, so automatically definitely you will get a chance to work with the pick list field. Okay, because this is the most important data type inside the fields. Okay, so this particular pick list, that is nothing but drop down. I have told you, right? On the sales cloud, I guess, on the sales application, I am explaining the tab navigation bar. Under that, we have the different tabs. So on that particular tab navigation bar, we have the more. Okay, so there is a more, beside the more we have the drop down button. So if I'm clicking on that, automatically it will populate in the people and different three objects, three tabs I have listed over there on the day. Okay, so similarly, that particular drop down we will not call in the Salesforce as drop down. Okay, then what we will call as a pick list. Okay, pick list means you will find out the list. Okay, so a list you will find out. So from that list you need to select one, you need to pick one value. Okay, that is the reason we are calling the drop down as pick list. Okay, you need to pick one value from the list, that is the reason it is a pick list. So now if you are having the pick list, so the single selected value, it can be restricted or unrestricted. Okay, and that is the particularly on pick list. So if you wanted to go to the a bit down, okay, a step down, there you will find out the multi select pick list. For example, on the pick list you will get only one option to select, right? But if you want the requirement to got, we got the requirement that we need to get we need to create the drop down option. There I need to select only one option from the drop down, then you need to go for the pick list. If you wanted to create the bunch of options, you need to select. For example, there are 5 options are there under the drop down, you need to select 3 out of the 5 options. So if you are creating under the pick list better type, so you will not get a chance. So what you need to do, you need to go for the multi select pick list. So if you have been went with that particular data type, automatically it will give you an option to select multiple values to be selected on the pick list. Okay, so there it is allowed, multi values will be allowed to select and stored as a semicolon separated values. Okay, the limitations will be hard to use in the formulas. Yes, it is correct, and it is not supported in the some automations, and avoid in the Salesforce CPQ and billing when possible. So such kind of limitations we are getting from the multi select pick list. That is the reason we will usually go for the pick list only. Okay, dependent pick list. So under the pick list we are having this many types of pick list. That is the reason I said this pick list is the important data type inside the field. Okay, so here the this particular dependent pick list means if you have been creating two different fields, if you are going to update anything on the particular above field, automatically the below field will be open. otherwise it will not open. For example, if you have been taking the country, okay, if I select the, if you fill any form in previously in any government forms or any kind of forms, so there you will find out the country address related fields you will find out there, right? So there on the country field, if you have given as India, then only the states, okay, the second field is state, first field is country. So I have selected the country field, the value is India. So if I have the dependent pick list on the country and the state fields, then automatically if I select the India on the country field, automatically whatever the states have been located on the India, they will populated on the pick list, okay. So that is the dependent field. If you have been going with the US as country or any kind of country you wanted to create, so based on that what kind of states they are storing or they are having, they are containing, they will only display on the states. So that is the dependent fields, okay. And the second type here is, you whenever you are checking the first button, then only you will get a chance to go for the second field, okay. So that maximum controlling values will be 300. So these are the some points you will find out under the governor limits. So you will also get more details about the governor limit. So that is another topic you will find out. So there you will get what is the governor limit and what kind of functionalities it is providing to us, okay. And on below to that, what such kind of functionalities where you wanted to go for that, so there you will also have the explanation on the fields, okay. So if you are going a bit down, so we have seen the standard field, okay, custom field, okay, and how to create the custom field, how to create the standard field, everything we have seen, okay. I will also show you practically also, okay. And after that I also showed you the data types which we have been going to use under the fields, okay. So up to that it is okay. Now I wanted to show you about the relationship fields, okay. About this particular relationship we have the coming topic, but in terms of small explanation in terms of the relationships under the fields, I just created few points, okay. So if you are having the relationship, so there we will have the lookup relationship, it is loosely coupled. And in terms of the I'm just moving forward because of I will explain you about the particular relationships in the coming session, there that is the reason, okay. So the main point here, if you observe, this particular lookup relationship is being loosely coupled, okay, and child record can exist independently, okay. So don't worry and don't panic on this particular relationship, okay. If you are feeling that is complex, so you can skip this particular point, okay. Anyhow, I'm going to explain on the relationship in the coming sessions, okay. So you will find out the you will find out the lookup relationship and the master detailed relationship, and you will find out the self relationship, okay. So these are the three types of relationships you are finding. So here on the particular option, you will find out the different use cases also, okay. So once you have been getting a bit down, so there you will also get the option to how you will need to work on the such kind of options, okay. And on the formula field, okay, so that we have seen in terms of the particular use case, like we have seen the boolean data type and pick list data type and the formula data type also, let us see, okay. So if you wanted to use the formula field, so that means you wanted to use to calculate the values dynamically, okay. So for that reason we need to create the fields under the formula, okay. So this is the particular data type, and the formula characteristics will be read only, real time calculations you can perform, and no data storage, okay. It will only calculate the particular value, okay, like a real time calculation. So if you wanted to see what kind of functions it will support, So if you wanted to apply like if conditions, like if pick value or text or date or time or day, in terms of today, in terms of case, anything, okay, all these are the common functions you will find out under the respective particular field. Okay, so don't worry, I will also explain you about the data types, so there you will understand the about the data types. Okay, so here let us take an example like how you can use the formula field. Okay, for example, I have created the formula like this. Okay, so if you observe very clearly this particular point of view, you will find the if as initially if amount amount is greater than 1 lakh. Okay, then it if the particular condition is meeting true, like the amount is greater than 1 lakh, then the rating should be high. Okay, we have the rating particularly we will use this particular formula on the rating object or rating field. Okay, so this particular rating field will automatically depended on the amount. Okay, how it is dependent, because like this we have been assigning the amount here. So if the particular amount is been greater than the 1 lakh, automatically I need to get the value as I need to get the value like in terms of high or low. Okay, if it is meeting true, automatically I will update the value as high. Okay, 1 second. So from this you got an understanding, right? So what kind of formula we are using, so based on that you will find out the what to use and where to use. Okay, if you wanted to calculate in the runtime based on the particular calculation, you need to update the value on specific special field. Okay, so there you will use this particular type of field. Okay, as of now you will not definitely will not understand, I know, because we have did not I did not shown you practically how to create the field, and after that you will understand slowly. Okay, don't get confused also, just focus on the field level only. Okay, I just wanted to show you how many different types of data types are there, and what is the process you need to go for the particular standard, or the how you can differentiate between the standard field and the custom field, and how you can see the standard field. This and everything I have shown to you, right? So just keep that particular information in your mind as so far. Okay, so after that you will get the complete explanation. Okay, on behalf of the particular point also. So here on below to that you will also find out, so I'm just skipping all these particular topics. Anyhow, I will provide you the particular explanation in the data types. Okay, so that is the reason I'm just forwarding. So this is a particular point. Okay, so on below to that, if you are going to use the any kind of functionalities, for example, all these are the different data types itself. Now we have been coming to the field level security. So we got an ideology like what is the data type and what is the purpose of data type on the field. Okay, up to that it is enough. So what are the different data types we are having, then we will see on the data types concept. Okay, now the field level security means if you wanted to apply the security on the field, because the data is storing on where, the data is mainly storing on fields, that is the reason you also need to apply the security on the field level. So if you wanted to apply the field level security, then what you need to do, let us have a look. So if you are applying the FLS, so it controls the who can see or who can edit the particular existing field. Okay, so it will guide, and the levels will be the profile. From the profile level you can access, you can restrict. From the permission set also you can give the access. Okay, so like that on the field level security you will use this such kind of topics. Okay, so far you don't know about the profile and permission set, don't worry, in the coming days or coming sessions I will explain you about the profiles and permission sets. So as of now you will just having the what kind of concepts which we are speaking. So I am going to cover all the topics on the particular topic. Okay, so what kind of things as of so far we have seen, like in terms of the field. So we have seen in the fields, like we have seen the standard fields, custom fields, data types on the field, and the relationship on the field, and we also seen that security on the field, right? So data types, relationship, security, all these three also I will explain you on the furtherly. Okay, if I explain now itself you will definitely get confused, like you don't know about the field itself, right? That is the reason I'm not explaining that. So but I'm just giving you an explanation, like we will also have this, such kind of concepts we will involve on the on about to the field. Okay, if you don't know about the such kind of topics, we are not you if you are not know about the such kind of topics you are not, which we are all using on the on about to the field, then after that directly if I go to the profiles or data types or relationship, you will definitely you will not understand, because you will see the concept wise you will see that. Okay, but you will not know that there is an existing relationship between the field and security, field and data type, field and relationship. You don't know the relationship, right? That is the reason you need to get such kind of information. That is the my main point. So I am just populating, I also covering this topics here, because the fields concept will interact with this particular concepts. Okay, that is the reason, and this particular topics also I will explain in the following sessions. Okay, as so far it is also okay, and in terms of page layout and security, field security, and we will also see it later, and in terms of field uses in automation, so you will also find out all these automations later. So there you will use the fields. So from this you can understand field, how important we are going to use the fields. Okay, the particular process is revolving around the fields itself. Okay, because the data is going to be stored on the fields directly. Okay, that is the main reason you also need to get there such kind of functionality. Okay, you need to keep an eye on the field level. That is the reason I am explaining very clearly and very slowly on the fields concept, because this field concept is involving on the high level of with the data. Okay, so if you are using the data, which you are storing the data directly on the field, means you need to learn a lot of things on the field point of view. Okay, okay, so you also got this particular use case, right? As so far we have seen that data type also we have been using on the field, and there is a relationship on the field, and there is a security we can apply on the field, and there is we can also apply the automations on the field. Okay, you can also got that. So ultimately we came to the end that field limits and best practices. Okay, so there if you are going a bit down, so on this particular field uses in automation, so the automation, the all these five are the automation processes we will use on Salesforce on about to the fields. Okay, so changing the field type can break the automation automatically. Okay, and here the field limits and the best practices. The limits are the custom field per object, so varies by the addition to addition. So as so far we did not cover the addition topic. In the last I will explain you about the additions, I have told you, right? So there after that you can understand what is the addition. So with the help of addition, how you can get the how you can get an option, like in terms of limitation. Okay, so there you will get a clarity. Just as of now you need to be focused on the data on the Salesforce, or else any kind of roles or any kind of designation, those who are working on where mostly. Now I'm just explaining all of those topics initially. Okay, so if you got complete explanation about the what kind of data majorly Salesforce developers or Salesforce admins or Salesforce architects or Salesforce testers will use on the Salesforce, if we complete that particular of configuration point of view or in the foundation point of view, if you cover all those things, then we can go furtherly on the other overview topics. Okay, that is the other second point. This is the primary point. You need to know all the mandatory points initially. Okay, and here the limits. So there the long text area will only have the up to 1,31,072 characters. Okay, so if you are going with that such kind of text area, you will only able to store that 1,31,072 characters only. Okay, on below to that you will find out the formula compile size limit. Okay, so now we have the best practices on the field level. So the best practices will be use the meaningful API name and avoid the multi-select pick list. Okay, so I have already told you this that point also. And you prefer the lookup useless roll up needed. Okay, so prefer the lookup unless roll ups is going to be needed. Okay, so once you are going to work on the lookup relationship and what once you are going with the master relationship, then you will know about the roll-ups. Okay, so this particular lookup and master detail and roll-ups, all these particular topics you will cover on the relationship topic. Okay, so on the most probably on 2 sessions after I will explain this particular relationship topic, then you will understand the what is the lookup, what is the master detail, what is the roll up summary. Okay, roll ups. And on below to that you will find out the use permission set, or else in terms of profiles. Okay, how you can use the profile permission set on over to the profiles. So like that, what is the relationship between these two. So each and everything I will discuss comingly. Okay, and going forward to use the document field purpose. Okay, so the summary we got to end. So the fields define the data structure. Okay, choose the correct data type early. While creating the field itself, you need to give the what kind of data type you wanted to assign. Okay, if you are assigning the correctly, automatically the same value you can store on the particular field. Okay, so security and the performance dependent on the field design. Okay, and fields impact on the reports, automation, integration. Okay, so we have seen everything, right? So let us move to the practically how you can create a custom field. Okay, so I will show you the both scenarios, like on the standard object and on the custom object, how you can create a custom field. Okay, so let us go to the notes once again. So now first there are two ways. Custom custom field creation. Okay, let us have a look. Now I wanted to provide, there are two ways. First one will be first one will be you can go with the creation of, or create a custom field on standard object. Okay, so that is the first requirement, and the second requirement here is create a custom field on custom object. Okay, so these are the two requirements. I have given you the task. You also need to create the custom field on the custom object and standard object. Okay, so let us go for the Salesforce environment. Let me show you how you can create the custom field on the standard object first. Okay, so you know, right, how where you need to go for the setup. So on any application you can directly go for the setup. So if you are clicking on the gear icon there, automatically you will get this particular page. After that you need to be go for the object manager. So if you are going to object manager, you will find out all these are the standard objects. So if I wanted to create any custom field on the this particular standard object, what is the process? So for that you need to go for the fields and relationship. Okay, so let me click on that. So it is opening. Now you will get a chance to find out the new button. Okay, on the top right side of the fields and relationship section, on this section you will find out the new button. Okay, so this particular button will give you an option to create a custom field. Okay, so as this is the standard object, I wanted to create a custom field on the this particular object, standard object. Okay, so for that I need to open this standard object. Under that you will find out the fields and relationship. Okay, if you are opening the for the first time, for example, if you are opening the account for the first time, you will directly get the details page, details section. Okay, you will not get a new button over here. So if you wanted to create the field, then you need to go for the fields and relationship section. Okay, so I just click on the fields and relationship section. Now we are getting all the standard fields. What is the what we need to do? Now there is a list of standard fields are there. Now let us keep that aside. Now I want to create a new custom field. So for that you are having the new button here. Okay, let me click on this particular button. Okay, I will also explain you furtherly to how you can create the particular process. Okay, okay, here it is going to have the data types. Okay, so this particular page will showcase you different options, like what kind of things you wanted to select. For example, I wanted to create the serial number, or else I wanted to create the name. Okay, so let us go with the what kind of field I wanted to create. Mm, 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 mm. Just to provide you something on the number. Okay, so I just wanted to show you, as we did not explained much on the data type, that is the reason I'm not able to show you how you can go furtherly to use the different data types. So in the coming session I will explain most probably on the data types. There you will get more understanding on this particular user creation. Okay, so you will also get a chance to go furtherly on the particular use case. So there I have choosing this auto number. Okay, so what is the auto number we'll have? So this particular a system generated sequence number that uses a display format you define. Okay, the number is automatically incremented for each and every new record you are creating under the account. Okay, so this is the process you need to be if you are having such kind of requirement in your thing. So you need to be select this particular option, auto number. So when you need to select this particular auto number, if you wanted to get one serial numbers, best example is serial numbers. So do we give the serial numbers manually for each and every record? No, right? Automatically it need to update the particular field. Okay, so for that reason I just wanted to create one separate field. So there I just creating this particular field. Now if I select the type, I will go for the next. I will click on the next, and here I will give the particular name as serial number. Okay, serial number. Okay, so if you have been given the field label, automatically the field name also will get updated. Okay, so the starting number, if you have been mentioned what kind of from where you wanted to start. Okay, so the starting number, if you have update, automatically from the creation of the records, automatically it will assign to the records. Okay, as of now we don't know about the records, right? Let us keep that particular records aside. Okay, so here I just wanted to start with the one, as I have already created, right? So if you wanted to generate auto numbers for the existing records also, you can click on this particular checkbox. Okay, so let me click on this particular box because I wanted to generate the particular option. Okay, I will also explain you the further process also. So here the display format, for example, do you want only the number like 1 2 3 like that on the serial number, or else you can see here like capital A hyphen curly braces, inside that four zeros, like that you wanted to get. Okay, so if you want to get such kind of syntaxes, you can also use whatever the particular process you will get. Okay, so if you wanted to get, for example, 001, so in that process I will get 001, 002, 003, like that I wanted to get, so I can also update like that. Okay, so what kind of format you wanted to give, I just I'm not giving any particular such kind of thing, or any kind of option I'm not providing to the system. Okay, so here if you wanted to go a bit down on the particular point, you will also get a chance to go furtherly. Like for example, if I click on the next, automatically it will go to the next page that indicates to whom I wanted to display this particular field, new field. Okay, so I don't want to show to all the particular persons, I just wanted to show to the users and this particular administration mandatorily. Okay, it is already selected, so let us click on next. Okay, so here this is the different layouts you have. If you wanted to restrict, like you don't want to show this particular field on the support, so there I just remove this one, and I also don't want to show on the marketing cloud also. Okay, so now you can directly click on save. It will asking that generating order numbers for the existing records may take few minutes. Okay, so if you want to click the start auto start on the number generation, you will also click it is providing that. What it is providing means, so if you are having the some accounts on the particular account of some records on the account object, so for that particular records also I will assign this special field. Okay, custom field. So let us check, is it is asking me that, so it requested me, and I also told that okay, you can proceed. Now let us check, is it updated or not. Let us go with the all accounts. Do we have the account records under the account? Let us check, is it on the recently viewed. It is taking some time because it already given that option, like it will take some minutes of time to load that, because there are around 13 records are there. Okay, so all these we can call it as a records inside the Salesforce organization. You need to habituate how the records will look like. Okay, so all these are the records. Now if you open any one record, for example I am just opening this record, let us go to the detail page. Here on the page the serial number is 2. Okay, so it got updated, the serial number is also showing here. Okay, so if you wanted to check each and everything, it will give you some point of thing, right? So for you, so for that, for escaping for that, I will show you one point here. Let us go to the serial number. Here is the serial number. Let us add that into the point. So as of now you don't know about this particular options, right? Don't worry, I will also explain you about that particular point, so there you will understand clearly. Okay, all these things we will have this discussion also on this particular point. Okay, so now you will understand the particular sequence. Okay, so all these are the numbering wise, we have the first record, second record, third record, but it got assigned the serial numbers, like for one first serial number for the edge communications, and second serial number for the Burlington, and third serial number for the pyramid, like that, based on the some alphabetical numbers, or some they have some, they will, system will follow something on behind the screen, so based on that it will assign the numberings. Okay, so like that it will have the different point of view to work on the particular point. So we have been created the some custom field on the standard object. So now let me also explain you how you can create the custom field on the custom object. So what is the custom object we have created? Friend. Okay, let me open the friend object. So this is the custom object. So now the process is same. So let me also open the friends fields and the relationship under the friends object. Okay, now I will need to go for the new. Okay, so now I need to create the newly. What kind of field I wanted to create as the text. Okay, text is the type I wanted to create. Just ignore the data type. Okay, as of now you don't we will get the clarity on the next class. Okay, so now I just wanted to give as name. Okay, name, and the length of the particular name will be 12 characters. Okay, and is there any other thing? So this is the required, I'm just marking. So here on the fields it is giving me different options. If you observe here the field label, what name I wanted to display, so for that I will give it here. So accordingly it is showing here. Okay, and on below to that what kind of length it wanted to display, so accordingly you will get the length you will update here. On below to that field name it is automatically getting from the field label. Okay, so under that description, if you wanted to add any description on about to the field, like this particular field is working on where, for example, this particular field will name field is used to store the names of friends. Okay, so I just wanted to store the friends names on this particular field. For that reason I have created this particular field. Okay, so that is a description I have created. So now I just mentioning that the required means when you wanted to create any record, automatically that particular with before saving the record you need to mandatorily need to provide the friend name. If you are not updating the friend name means it will not save the record. Okay, so that is a point. And after that if you wanted to provide the uniquely, you can also use uniquely provide that. So once any kind of person is having the same name, the second person will not have the same name for the second time. Okay, so if you wanted to restrict such kind of thing, so you can use the unique. As in terms of names you will I prefer that don't go for the particular option. Okay, because it is giving us that option that if you are going to names, so there might be with the same name there are a lot of persons will exist. Okay, that is the main reason you will find out such kind of use cases. Okay, so if you wanted to provide in terms of phone numbers, or also if you wanted to differentiate between the id numbers like that. Okay, so based on that you wanted, if you wanted to provide the uniquely for that particular fields, you can go for the unique. Okay, and all these particular use cases will have the different functionalities. So on about to that I'm clicking on next. Okay, so now I wanted to display to all the persons. Okay, this particular custom field, if you want, if you don't want to show to the all the persons, you can just remove by clicking on this particular option. Okay, so like that you will get a chance. So as of now I'm clicking on next. Okay, and here on the friend layout it should populate. Okay, save. Okay, so now let us go back to the Surya UCS. Okay, we are on the Surya UCS, right? So now we are on we have the friends tab. To access the friend object, what is the tab you are having? Friends. Okay, why we are going to click on this particular friends? Because we have created the custom field on the this particular custom object. Okay, so now let us open any record. As of now we did not create any record, right? So for that let me click new. If you wanted to create any record, you will get a particular option here. So the friend name, this is the friend name I have created newly. This is the custom name. Okay, I have mentioned that it should be mandatorily I need to be update. That is the reason it is getting as star mark. Okay, so now these two options are being mandatorily need to be updated, because you can see this particular mandatory required icon. Okay, so now you can update what kind of any kind of thing, but you will not get a chance to without the data you are filling here, you will not get a chance to save this one. Okay, so you can see this, the complete this particular field, because this is the mandatory one. So here Surya I wanted to give. Okay, so if I click on save, it will save this particular record? No, because there is another second record is also showing that as mandatory. Okay, if I try to click on that, it will also have the same issue, like you need to update the value on the particular name. Okay, so Jaya. Okay, so I have given the both names. Let me click on save. Now it got created. Okay, so this is the different types of fields we have seen the creation of custom field on the standard object. We also seen the creation of custom field on the custom object. Both the scenarios we have seen, right, clearly. So on the coming session I will explain you about the record. Okay, so we have seen the field level, like in the horizontally we have seen. Now we also seen the we need to see the vertically, like horizontally also we need to know. Okay, so there you will get the explanation about the records. Okay, up to now you got the requirement, right? We have seen the application, we also seen the tab, we also seen the object, we also seen the uh, fields. Okay, so now I am wrapping up this call. We will meet in the next coming session with the new concept. Okay, as of now, thank you so much. I will come with the new topic that is on the records. Okay, thank you so much.